our last part.
What's your ring made from? Fish scales and caiman bone. The explorer's pride and it seemed to wrestle with his anger at Fred. Then he took his ring off and held it out. Here, on the inside rim, words have been cut. Fred read, Nec aspera terrant. Latin. Roughly it means, difficulties be damned. Do you think it's peculiar to wear a ring out here? Fred didn't think that exactly, but it seemed a bad place and time to say so. He laughed awkwardly instead. The explorer raised his eyebrows. While we're on the subject, why did you dress like a minor state administrator to come to the jungle? You look like you're running for mayor of Tunbridge Wells. Fred looked down at himself in surprise. This was my school uniform and my cricket jersey. My father says you should always wear a uniform where possible. He's that kind of man. I didn't know I was coming to the jungle. You should always dress as if you might be going to the jungle. You never know when you might need an adventure. I'm at boarding school in Norfolk. Gresham's on the Cromer Road. And? It's much more likely to meet a geography teacher than an adventure. The explorer looked at the world around and then hard at Fred. And yet here you are, he said. With great care he detached a branch covered in berries from a tree and threw it to Fred, who caught it, realising a second too late that the branch was covered in thorns. He said some words his school did not allow him to say. The explorer arched his left eyebrow, 1/4 of an inch. Fred instantly stopped swearing. Make sure the small one, the boy with the leaking nose, eats some. He's too thin. Try one. Fred put the largest berry in his mouth. The juice burst on his tongue and it was hideous. He wanted to spit it out, but he had a feeling the explorer wouldn't approve. He swallowed and scrubbed his tongue with the back of his hand. It tastes of petrol, he said, and badgers. I know, but you should eat them anyway. They're rich in vitamins, and they'll be easy to find on your road to Manius. They grow near the river. I think maybe I'd rather starve. No, you wouldn't. It's a long walk. It's best not to get too hungry if you can avoid it. If you get hungry enough, you'll start feeling that your bad ideas are your good ones. If you get truly famished, you start feeling like a French philosopher, and that's unwise. And he strode back through the trees, leaving Fred to run, jumping over roots and anthills to keep pace with him. Well, guys, what an adventure we're going on here. And our next chapter tomorrow is called, Mum, hands over your ears, Tarantula.